You know, when I did my spoiler talk for part one, which is books one, two, and three within Gardens of the Moon, I thought, you know what, I'm grabbing most of this. I'm able to keep up. In fact, a lot of the comments in that video were, wow, you're catching a lot of stuff that a lot of first time readers don't. Then I got through books four through seven, and yeah, I don't know that I'd say keeping up is the word that I would use. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, bookworms and bridge burners? We're back for part two of my spoiler talk for Gardens of the Moon by Steven Erikson, the most misunderstood book I think that I've ever read. All the things that I heard about this book, I'll talk about when I do my actual review for the book, but I don't think it was anywhere near as impossible to get into or understand as I was sold. I think that, like I said in the last video, sometimes you just got to pay attention. It's kind of required in reading, especially something as dense in epic fantasy as this is. But I'm going to talk about books 4 through 7 of this. If you missed the first spoiler talk where I talked about books 1 through 3 of Gardens of the Moon, I'll put that up here for you, and you can go back and check that out. So if you have read books 4 through 7, that is Assassins, Gadrobi Hills, A City of Blue Fire, and is it the Fête or the Fête? I'm not really sure. I don't know. I'll make it up as I go here. But basically, if you've finished the book, you can watch this. If not, I'd say go back, bookmark this after you finish, and come back, because I'm going to talk about everything that I really want to talk about that happened in this. I do want you guys to know this isn't a beat-by-beat review or anything like that. I'm just talking about stuff all over the place. Like I said, I want to pretend that these will have more structure in the future, but I don't know. I don't know if I can do that with a book that is quite put together like these are. But I do want to say, Malazan veterans, please do not answer my rhetorical questions. I'm just thinking out loud. I'd like it if you just sat back with a bucket of popcorn and called me a sweet summer child a lot when I talk about things. That said, let's go. Like I said, I felt like I really kept up in parts books 1 through 3. 4 through 7, I think I got through about where they got to the whole magical acorn, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And that's when it really started to get like, all right, I'm not sure I understand what this is. But yeah, let's kind of go down some of the things. I'm going to try to stick somewhat by character, but I might bounce all over the place because it's going to make me think of other things. First, I want to talk about Croup's dreams here. I don't know what's going on with a lot of his dreams. I don't know what's happening, what's not happening. I don't know if this is actually happening or if they are just dreams. You know, he's there, he's talking to something about a silver fox, which I assume is like Tattersail being like, is reincarnated the word or reborn? But it's in like 300,000 years in the past or something. I don't know. I wasn't sure if I should understand what a bonecaster is, but I was talking with Iskar Jurak and Philip Chase and Alan the other day on just a discussion about Gardens of the Moon. They told me that is like a shaman for the Talant Ima, so that actually helped me out a little bit in hindsight. But yeah, I don't know if Tattersail is just straight up like reincarnated, or if she had basically, is she actually Night Chill now? I'm really not sure. I understand what's going on in those, but I'm glad that Tattersail is not going away. I will say, as far as Croup goes, I'm going to call him a Croup, guys. Just got a deal. I think him turning out to be the eel was rather surprising for me. I don't think he would have been my 10th guess at who would have been the eel. You know, he plays an aloof fool quite a bit, and I think that's on purpose. He does seem to be somewhat of a master manipulator, and I'm not convinced he's not a Jedi and he's like controlling the weak mind. I think it's Marillion who figures out that he is the eel, and I believe he like wipes his memory or something like that. I don't know, Jedi mind trick on him or something. I'm not sure how that really works. So I'm still learning a lot about him. I said before, I don't know if he's just out of his gourd or if he's just really powerful. I think he is actually very powerful, because I believe later on he actually like enters, not only does he enter into the dream of Race, or he makes Race come into his dream. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. I've read it a couple times, and I'm not sure I got all of it, so I'm kind of guessing on a couple of these things. The relationship with Karol seems really strange. I don't know that necessarily he's on the same side or if Karol's on anybody's side. So I know that he is an elder god. He was awakened by the blood of tallow in Darujistan. That's what kind of brought him back to out of the Chaos Warren, I believe that's what Ray says he was in. So I don't know. A lot to be. I'm gonna say I don't know a lot in this, guys, and I think that you. Most people seem to like that I was kind of taking that approach. I don't know, and I'm okay with not knowing. I figure I'll either find out later, or someone will explain it to me if it gets past it and I haven't understood it. I do want to talk about the confronting race thing. With Karol, is he controlling? Is he controlling Croup's dreams, or can he only communicate with Croup during those dreams? That's what I'm not really sure. So when they bring race into it later, I'm like, how much this is Kruppa or Croup? I can't even say consistent with that now. I don't know how much is him or how much is Karol. I don't know what's going on there, so I'm hoping that'll kind of be laid out a little later. The race side quest did kind of seem to come out of nowhere in this for me. It's like we had this one straight plot through books 1 through almost through the end of 3. All of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, by the way, there's this Jagu tyrant, and we're going to go free him, because that's the best way to distract Rake, and then we can take Darujistan. I get why they were doing it. To me, that almost felt like I missed a chapter. I was like, why are we doing this? It was kind of explained, but it did seem like it almost seemed like a plot from another book that kind of got thrown in here. I don't know. It felt like I missed a prequel novel or something like that. But I have all kinds of questions about Race. Why is he in this? We get his backstory a little bit. We get to know a little bit about, how he became like he is. And I get all that. I guess they rebelled and they threw him in there. I just didn't know if we're going to get like an answer of exactly how long he's been in there and who actually put him in there. I believe it was just stated that, they basically rebelled against him and teamed up to get him in there. It wasn't like one all-powerful person that put him in there in particular. But speaking of all-powerful, I got to talk about the power levels in this series. This is reaching a level I never have read in epic fantasy when Race is confronting 5 dragons and he's not even up to full strength yet. And he holds his own, total boss. He just comes out and is just firing on all cylinders. He doesn't have this Finis thing, which we'll talk about in a second. But if he's not even at full strength and he's, basically able to hold his own for a while with 5 freaking dragons, that is phenomenal. That is good stuff. And like I said, the power users in this series, just next level, like nothing I've ever seen. Even though I don't even understand a lot of the Warren stuff, just seeing the amounts, the levels of power. And we're talking about stuff that could like destroy worlds, levels of power. I've never seen anything this epic in a fantasy novel before. Now, I think I was handling this book really well until I got to the whole Finis thing, the magical acorn, as I'm calling it. I believe I understood what it was, why Race would be looking for it, why Lauren took it. The whole Azath house thing. Don't know what in the world all that was. I still don't know what an Azath is, but I'm assuming that that's something that's going to come to play down the road. You see Ralik Nam grab Vorkin and run in there, and that's kind of the end of Ralik Nam in this book, which I'll talk about Ralik Nam in a second here. But I don't know. That stuff went right over my head completely. Let's talk about the bridge burners a little bit. I'd like getting to know a little bit more about Quick Ben. Getting to know about his past. I don't know why he was, basically working for Shadow Throne and he's not anymore. I don't know. That was really surprising. But again, getting that level of depth of character backstory for him this early, and same with Kalam, getting to know that he was a former Claw. What happened there? I love the Quick Ben Kalam team ups. They seem like a nice buddy cop within the fantasy universe. I always like that kind of a team up. But I love the way they play off of each other. And I want to know more about both of their backstories. So I'm hoping we get that in books 2 or 3. I know that, I've been told I won't see a lot of these characters in book 2. I think that Quick Ben does do Hairlock a little dirty there at one point. But you know what? I didn't mind. I wasn't really exactly loving Hairlock. He was absolutely out of his mind, but he's now a Hellhound's favorite chew toy, and I was okay with that. But like I said, I was like, man, you did him dirty, and I'm not even mad. I want to talk about Sorry for a second here. She becomes unpossessed, sorta. Something that I didn't actually figure out is on the Discord server. A lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, she's possessed not only by Cotillion, but she's also possessed by Wriggly." And I'm like, "What? The lady that got like the pimp hand and got killed in the first chapter? I didn't see where that came from." Turns out those people were right. So I'm the dummy. I didn't understand that. Well, I think when the surgeon, the healer, God, I can't remember his name, the bridge burner, the healer that was actually taking a look at Sari. And he's like, she's still got someone in there, and you find out it is Wriggly who is actually protecting her from all the the memories of the stuff that she did while she was possessed by Cotillion. So now she's going by Apsalar. So this isn't going to get confusing at all. But I do feel like there's a potential romance there with Crocus. So there's that if you're looking for it. But who knows? Crocus is pretty stupid. Let's talk about the Crocus here for a second. The whole coin bearer thing. It was giving me a hard Fellowship of the Ring vibes. How would it not? But I just realizing, I think that Crocus is like all of us when we were teenagers, boys, and we're just stupid. We do make such dumb decisions. Basically, when he's trying to talk to Chalice there at the end, he handles it the absolute worst way that he could. Like kidnapping her to talk to her. That's not good. That's not a good idea, my man. But I think when he realizes, she hasn't even given me a second thought. I think the audience is like, well, look who just caught up, dude. She's not interested in you in the least. She hasn't even given you a second thought, and you can't get her out of your head. So that's a life lesson I think a lot of teenage boys have to learn about. But I want to talk about Cole for a second here, because Cole, something I heard about Erikson, some of the criticisms. I like to listen to both sides. I like to hear people. Obviously, most people I've talked to are over the moon about the series. They love to say positive things. But there's a lot of criticism out there too, and I like to listen to that. And a couple of the criticisms I heard was, one, that he isn't the best action writer, which I disagree with, at least so far. And two, a lot of his characters, you can't differentiate them. As far as this book goes, I think he did a wonderful job of differentiating his characters. And something that I made the mistake of doing was assuming that some of these characters were just going to be throwaway background characters just for world building. I thought Cole was just going to be a drunkard red shirt. When Lauren goes crazy and attacks him, I thought, whatever. It's just Cole, right? And then Cole has maybe my favorite part in this book is this campfire discussion that he has with Ganos Paran there. And that was just an amazing, almost, I think Alan actually referred to it as almost like a Count of Monte Cristo conversation. I loved that scene. And it made me realize, I don't think there are any throwaway characters in this story. And that's so encouraging to me, because I was worried when you get, 50 characters into a book, you're going to get a lot that you're going to be like, if I don't hear their name, 4 or 5 times, I'm just going to forget about them because I don't have all the room up here to remember all this stuff. But he's differentiated all these Phoenix End guys in a way that I didn't expect him to do. And I mean, I really enjoyed the relationship between Paran and Cole. And that was the moment where I felt like Paran went from like this noble dipshit to actually like relatable and likable. And I felt like I actually started to like him at that point. So great character development for both of those characters during that scene. Whiskey Jack in this, not only does he get a promotion, but he also gets a smashed leg. So it's going to be Dujek one arm, and I guess Jack one leg. I don't know what we're doing here, but the whole rebellion thing, because we knew it was coming. Dujek, they respected him, but it did seem like I believe it was confirmed. I think he said they got like a message that they had sent. I think it was a Tayshran, a high mage, to assassinate Dujek. So he is actually defecting now. His rebellion is taking his 10,000 soldiers with him, and they are now, I guess, an independence force. I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they're really aligning with the Rujistan, are they? I don't know. Lots of questions. Let's talk about Animander Rake for a second. Did he become a dragon, or did he possess a dragon? I'm kind of confused by this. By the way, it's hilarious that he goes to this fete, or this fete, or however you say it, this masquerade ball, and he's wearing a dragon mask. And I'm like, dude, you're 8 feet tall with silvery white hair and a sword as long as your body, and you think people aren't going to know who you are. I mean, come on. Come on. But I don't know if he's actually a dragon now, or if he could just shapeshift or control, or he gets like mind controlling this dragon. I'm not sure exactly. And if it was explained, I completely missed it. I did like when he came to Gano's defense against the hounds. That was a really cool scene. You know, you hear so much about these hounds being like, you know, just ages old and they're just like untouchable, and Rake shows up and just kills two of them, like no big deal, right? He's just a badass, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, a little emo, but I definitely think he's a serious badass. I do like the idea. It's hard for me not to root for a guy whose sole purpose right now is to defend, you know, the last free cities against this conquering empire. It's hard for me not to root for that guy. So the fact that he's just awesome on top of it doesn't hurt. And I can't stop calling his sword Dragon Purr. So I'm imagining like this dragon with a cat. I'm weird like that, guys. I'm just weird. I also really like the part where he was fighting the demon Ghislaine. Is that how you said it? Great stuff. But let's talk about Ralik Nam. I think this guy has the two best action scenes in this book. One, because it's just epic, and the second one because it's hilarious. His fight with Ocelot on the Belfry was just kick ass. I mean, it was just a step by step. You could see this fight. It reminded me a lot of Sebastian de Castell's Greatcoats, about how you always know how the sword fight's going. There's never no made up sword forms or made up moves. He's giving you a step by step of what's going on. It was just like cinematic in your head. You could picture this fight between those two. Just awesome stuff. But his fight with Turban Orr was hilarious, because they're making it sound like Turban Orr is just going to be this badass, and you know, Ralik Nam, he's still kind of hurt from his fight with Ocelot. He kills him with like 2 moves. I laughed. I did laugh because I was expecting another big epic fight. But Ralik Nam is a character that I hope to see again. I think I do. Like I said, I ran out of that Azath house there, but he's one that really grew on me over the course of the book that I ended up liking a lot. Probably my favorite out of that Phoenix Inn crew. Something else surprising me is apparently Kaladin Brood and the Crimson Guard are looking out for the whole coin bearer. Rake says that Kaladin Brood convinced him not to harm him, because I don't know if there's a whole story there. I don't really know why their mission is to protect Crocus, but okay, especially after he just throws it in the ocean there at the end. But I don't really know what the deal is. I mean, I don't think that throwing that coin away I don't think that seems way too easy. I don't think that he's isn't still the coin bearer, I guess. Is that the word that I would use? I don't know what's going to happen with that. It just seems like that's way too easy, especially when you got the whole Crimson Guard kind of looking out for him now. But Lorne, oh my God, I did not expect Lorne to die in this book. It seemed like, I know that this is going to be a cruel and punishing world, okay? I know that we're going to lose characters and stuff like that. So it's not shocking that there was a character death. She seemed like we got so much development with her in this book for her to be one and done. So I think what I learned in my spoiler talk part 1 is that I don't know that necessarily death is final in this world. We're still kind of waiting to see. So I don't know if we'll maybe see her again. I don't know how all this works. I mean, there's her possession, there's spirits, there's all kinds of stuff. I don't know if we might see Lorne in a different body like we're seeing Tattersall. I don't know. It just seems like an awful lot of development and a very important character. You know, the Empress number 2, basically to, I guess number 2 to the Empress rather, the assistant to the regional manager. It just seems interesting that would be a one and done there. But, you know, Gano's taking her sword. That's obviously going to have some consequences in the future, and I look forward to finding what they are. I got a couple of questions here. These are some of my biggest questions going forward. They're definitely not theories, guys, so don't look at them like theories, because I don't think I could theorize anything out of this book yet. Biggest question, obviously, what the fuck is the whole Finnest and the Azath House thing? I don't understand anything about it. Okay, it's a bench. Oh, now it's a tree. Hey, now it's a house. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of rolling with that. Obviously, I think that's going to be something that's answered as the series goes along, because if it was explained in this book, I definitely didn't get it. But, I mean, I understand the Finnest being like a part of his power and stuff. So now that it's actually like a house, I guess. Where is Raised? I don't even know. You know, he possessed, Mammoth? Was that his name? Mammoth? And I don't know, after they defeated him, I don't know necessarily. I know that Karol was trying to take him to, you know, the Shadow Realm and stuff, and he said, you know, piss off. I don't know. I think we'll obviously be seeing Raised in some form again. I hope it's in a Jagut because I just love the way they look. They look, like orcs or those things from World of Warcraft. What will Rigalai possessing Apsalar cause? Is it really an accident that you got possessed twice within like 5 minutes? I don't know. I want to say that she's not just some simpleton fisher girl. I can't see that a character being that insignificant and being possessed twice, in a matter of minutes. When Rigalai apparently possessed her, it is before she even knew that Cotillion and Shadow Throne were even there, right? So why would she do that to protect her before she knew that she was going to get possessed? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't even know that Rigalai was in there until it was confirmed by the bridge burner healer. I can't remember his name. It's driving me crazy. I'll remember as soon as I stop recording. I think if this story has a main character, it would definitely be Ganos Piran, I think. They want to set it up. If this is a traditional fantasy story, the bridge burners would be like your crew, right? That'd be your bridge 4 of the story. But I think the way that this series is set up, where there is no clear good or bad guys, you're cheering for the people in the Phoenix Inn, you're cheering for the bridge burners, and you realize that they're not exactly on the same side here, right? So it's something that I really can enjoy in a Joe Abercrombie way. There's no clearly defined good or bad guys in this, but I think Gano's journey, being in the prologue all the way there to the end, giving chance to Opon and then taking. Did you give it to Opon or to give chance to Shadow Throne? I can't remember. So many names, guys. But taking Lorne's sword there. Again, there's more to it than this. There's a lot more going on. But again, like I said, just like with Crocus throwing away that coin, Ganos getting rid of Chance just seems like it's way too easy. It's way too easy, and I think there's going to be consequences for sure. Dujek's rebellion fallout. What's just going to be? Lacine is not going to be happy. Obviously, I mean, if she already had asked for him to be killed, I guess she had to kind of expect this. But how's she going to respond? I'm pretty sure Taishrin's probably still coming for him. And what the hell is the Panion Domain? Because that got thrown out there too many times. At first, I thought, okay, he's just world building. He's just throwing names out there because he thought, hey, I just want you to know that there's other places out there than just this one little section of a continent. There's lots of other things going on out there. But that name, Panion Domain, was thrown out too many times for it not to be important. And I think that's what Dujek, his little rebellion, is going to be focusing on going forward. I don't know if this is just a third force, if this is an ally of the Empress. I'm not really sure what it's about, but I think it's going to be important. Panion Domain, that sounds like something off Star Trek. Sounds cool. Hey, Talk the Younger. Here's the problem with having a series that people love a lot and they tell you all the characters they love. Is I know that a lot of people really love Talk the Younger, so I don't think he's dead. I think he just kind of got swept off into Chaos Warren. I don't necessarily know what that means, but I do think that we shall be seeing him again. By the way, Warren's... Shit. I try to wrap my head around it, but like I said, I'm not even convinced that the characters understand Warren's yet for me to really say anything about it. But yeah, again, throwing that corn overboard, throwing that coin overboard. Tough to talk sometimes. I think that's just too easy, way too easy for him to be to off the hook that fast. And how's Wraith's going to come back? Like I said, who put him in that tomb? Are Rake and Brood actually allies? With the Crone playing kind of both sides here, I'm not really sure who's on whose side at this point, but I am hoping that in book 2, a lot of things I get to learn about, since I'm going to be, like I said, I know that I'm not focusing on these characters. I hope I get to find out more about the 7 cities. I hope I do see some of these characters, even if they're in smaller roles. That's fine. I want to know about the domain. I want to know, more about the Crimson Guard would be great. I feel like we got just a taste of things from Kaladin Brood's side, so I'd like to see more of that crew. I'd like to know if the Moranth are actually bug people or just cosplayers. All these things, man. So yeah, I'm just at the point now where I'm Johnny 5, and I just need input. I want to know all this stuff. Unfortunately, I have to wait about a month from now to pick up book 2 because of the read along. I am sticking. I know a lot of people couldn't wait. They were too excited, and I'm glad they're excited. I'm glad that they are enjoying the read along to where they said they couldn't wait and they went ahead and started Dead House Gates. Me, I'm going to stick to the read along. I made it for a reason. I want to enjoy the series. I don't want to just, just devour it and then feel like I missed a lot of things. So I'm going to stick to my schedule. I'm going to keep the same pace I am. I've got some things to do before then, but I'm going to be doing Deadhouse Gates near the end of February because I'm not going to be covering it until the end of March, and I'd like it to still be fresh when I actually cover it. So probably like the last week of February, first week of March is when I'm going to be reading that. So the read-along schedule for that is February 1st through March 31st. So you got 2 months, guys, to do Deadhouse Gates if you're following along with me. So that's what I got for this spoiler talk. I'm sure I left a ton of stuff out. These are like the burning things in my mind at the moment. Lots of things I felt like I understood, and a lot of things I felt like I didn't understood. And like I said last time, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I am just along for the ride, and I am going to see what happens. So guys, what did you think of Gardens of the Moon? Be looking for my non-spoiler book review about this time next week, and then I'll be doing the end of that week. So not this Friday, but the next Friday or Thursday, I think. I'm gonna be talking to Iskar Jirak from his YouTube channel, who I consider a Malazan expert, and I can't wait to pick his brain about this book because there's so many things I want to know. So hit me in the comments, guys. Let me know what you thought about this. Please, no spoilers past Gardens of the Moon for me and for the other people that are doing the read-along, because we'd like it to stay a surprise. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you there.